Looks like you have upgraded to 10, is it? Windows 10?
No, man.
Ah, okay, okay. Because I can see some Windows button something on the very left hand side. So that looks
No,
like
not like.
Windows 10. So I asked. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, Vimlan. So let's go to the applications and yeah, Vimlan. So this itself indicates that the content management is enabled in the portal, Vimlan. So let's
Okay.
talk a few things about content management, which we need as a portal administrator. So we need few concepts of it. So by default, content management is having yeah, go to the left hand side preferences. It is having some libraries
Okay.
preferences, yeah, and then click configure. Library selection. Yeah, by default it is coming up with all these libraries. So let us see what are these libraries. So the portal site is one, Vimlan, so which will help you to keep the resources, I mean like pages, like only especially pages and the page hierarchy, the labels, URLs and pages kind of thing. And upon that there are portlets, right, on pages. So all this stuff earlier, in earlier versions before 8, they used to do XML access, export, and XML access, import for these kind of stuff. So portal site is a library. This is not completely replacing XML access. Definitely not, no. So but it is helping, like in portal 8 version and all. If the guy has content management option also in that production systems, because some people just use portal, some people use portal plus content management, right?
Yeah,
So
correct.
yeah, so if that guy has content management feature, then they will they will whatever the pages they want to move from one environment to another environment, like some othering to production or like this, without having administrators help, they will add the general new pages and all, they will add it to the portal site library. And by syndication mechanism, they will be moving to the production environment or your target environment. And so that is what is portal sites library good thing. And by mistakenly if you delete, or if we delete portal site, then we have to again rerun that task, or it is a delicate thing, we should not remove. That is why I will show you the portal site library. By default will be a setting that nobody can delete that portal site library. This is about portal site library. Similarly, they have some helper files, web resources, wiki template and all, for developers purpose. They will use this and develop some content management. Use these templates, all most of them are templates, one is resources. So all of them are required, and portal site is like a kind of registry, right? So they will register normal things here and it will move the same thing there. So so right now, anyway, portal site yeah, if portal site only you select, and or you select everything and say add, then we will go and see how to explore these libraries. This is nothing but yeah, just apply, okay. So for an administrator point of view, we will be dealing what kind of stuff. We don't need to know except portal site library, what are other libraries and all. But for an administrator point of view, what is our role, we will see now. Now go to the administration tab. Yeah, Vengan. So here again you can see, if you scroll down little bit on the left hand side, you can see web content management option. The left hand side navigation, uh, you will see that option.
Yes,
Say, yeah, portal content. You see the portal content option. So this one again has, again the first one is what you have seen, the web content libraries. Let us see
yeah.
what is our job here as an administrator. Mm, so again, whatever the libraries you have added here, you can see all of them. So now you have access permissions. On the right hand side for each of the library you have two security icons. So if you can just watch over what it displays, the first one say is for editing library, second one is for set permissions to library, and the third one is very important. If you click in your library, for each resource means some content templates are there, right? For each resource, whether that can be viewable by who and whom cannot view, you are stopping for each resource the security. And the last plus button, if you go, yeah, see, by default delete button is disabled. So additional task for blog, additional task for blog means click that one. So and so library they have some additional tasks, like, I mean, so what are those tags, what are those additional things? Okay, so if you want like deletion, similarly you have two buttons. Click the first button there. The first button is apply version label if you want to apply for that one. And even if the developer asks, you will just click, they will give the stops and all, you will click this button. So click the second button, the second down button, yeah. Yeah, the below one, below,
Oh, this one.
yeah, this one. So restore all by date and restore by label and all. If something, if you want to revert back to particular state, means nobody deleted, because you cannot restore after deletion. After deletion we will restore, that's a different thing. But if still everything is good, they want to revert back, they will use these buttons. So just say done here. So now let us explore each one of these. So now before we explore all this, if you watch on the top, on that create, there are 5 buttons on the top: create new library, view locked items, system reports, set access on root, refresh. So among all these, you might be wondering, the create new library will simply just, yes, you are correct, it will create a new library. But again, as an administrator you never have a chance to click this button, because content is something, it is coming to you from somebody. When developer creates a new library, gives a name and he puts some content, then it is just, pushing, he is pushing to you, so you never have a chance to click this button. And if we click also, we need content and also where we don't have, we are not cannot design. So that's the thing. Then what is most important is view locked items and all on that library. I will show you the cases. The first important thing is set access on root. Click that button. So there is when you go to manage pages, you see a content root. For all pages belong to a root, like a Linux /root, all systems mount. For manage pages you have seen. Similarly, for all content management WCM, you have a root, like a content root. So this content root permissions you are gonna set here. So how? So means what happens? You have seen the 2 layers of permissions for each library. Inside each library, for each resource, this is the top level, like for all libraries. So as an administrator, sometimes a developer may come and say, boss, simply I have a group called some WCM approvers, I have a group called WCM others, I have a group called WCM editors. 3 groups I have. For these 3 groups, I want editor guy should be an editor for, okay, an editor role for all of my libraries in the portal. And the similarly the authoring, the WCM author, I want he too should be a privileged contributor for all of my libraries. The important point here is, Vimalan, you reached a level like you, if you want to give for all of libraries at once, when this is not possible, for each library that guy has 3 different groups, that is a different case. You will go and assign, and that is a thing. But if you have such case, then take the third library, approvers. So approver could be some manager or something. You will give based on his requirement. It's not like the approver there should be mapped to manager here. The approver may be here editor also, but they will give you, they will control the access, and they will ask you to keep this. And if you want to apply that for all if you want to apply that for all of the libraries, you are going to apply here. And again, if you remove the allow inheritance boxes, check boxes and all, right, so what happens, from only at content it is applied, and if unless you check the allow inheritance, it won't apply to the all libraries. So you need to check the allow inheritance, and like that you can control. So the allow propagation part, I said that I will talk about later, right? Still, yeah, I will talk about that allow propagation. I forget actually. I will take a best example, and that one also somehow it controls. When you allow inheritance means, now this is the parent. So from parent, the property or the these permissions, how, whether they should go, whether the children should get or not, you are controlling it by unchecking. So if you check this, obviously every library will have that. Suppose I will tell you. Now go to contributor, click the edit role. So after you reach here, you will click add button. So here, for time being, you have only 3 groups. We have not created any test group. So let us say some WCM authoring or some group. For time being, select anonymous portal user group. Yeah, that is a group in portal, and click OK. Yes. So now you have made one particular group as a contributor. So like that, once you apply, and then you click in the breadcrumb, the resources. Yes. So now, even though if you say apply, because you didn't check the allow inheritance button, you see for contributor there is one checkbox didn't selected. For contributor, the right hand side. So yeah, you have to check that, then only it will be applied to. See, the moment you checked, then it taken some time, so then only it will be done. But anyway, we will remove that thing because it's anonymous and all. So now what happens? See, now what is the end result? That is the question here. Yeah, keep it for some time. What is the end result? That is the question here now. So now say apply and done. Now done again. Okay, so now there are few things in that library. You have asked the anonymous user also can be a contributor. See, now I have a question for you, Imran. So when the anonymous user is a contributor, that's a bit high level. Even when you assign anonymous group for user level, when you log out of portal, you can the anonymous user can see that page or that portlet. Similarly, what happens here? Just because you have applied on the library some anonymous user permission, it doesn't mean that when you log out you will see library there. But if the person is used on a portlet mapped to the content of this library, okay, and provided the portlet page everything is given anonymous user access, yes, so this particular content of the library is now accessible by anonymous user. So that is how the result will be. And this is what is the use of set access on root. Similarly, now let's go to that first one, and let us select the permissions. Anyway, select the second level permissions, because first level will do same. So click the third button. So for each resource, how you are assigning, click that one. Yeah. So for each resource, how you are assigning, yes, here is the thing. uh, Actually, by syndication permissions also, it will reach the target. But what a developer is doing, a developer has some categories. Now you see at the below, show 10, 25, 50. Click the 50. Let us see how many total resources are here. So overall, these 6 7 only. So now for authoring templates are a group of resources. Let us click the permissions here. A group of resources named authoring templates, presentation templates, like that in content management. So here again, same story. For all of our authoring templates, you can give control. You can control the access level by clicking the edit role button and allow inheritance, blah 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 blah. So now, yeah, click done. So this is how you are controlling the content management security section. Again, click cancel. Yeah. Now I want to show you one last important character, which is portal site. I said, or other libraries we cannot delete. See, the delete button is disabled there. How it is possible? Okay, so now here is the thing. Now can you able to click the portal site? Come to the left hand side and see any hyperlink is there? No, right? Okay, now go to the first tab, edit properties of portal site. Pencil icon, yeah. Yes, here prohibit the library from being deleted checkbox is there. So that way, as an administrator, you can control, because library deletion involves, sometimes you have two options. Syndication means you can move, it takes, syndication is not a fair job. If the library size is 2 terabyte or 2 GB, or bigger sizes, it will take hours or days. So deleting library is not a good choice. So the best way is, in that case, if you want to make it in 1 hour or so fast, the very big also, you have an option, command line option, import option. So you can see that I have few videos I will share with you. So if you want to understand that, how to run that config engine command, or we will see right away. So because of that much problem we have, I would request all times you keep the library from being deleted, even if another administrator logged in. So now that's the use. And if you don't enable, see, the problem is enable checkbox is checked. If you don't enable, then the portal site library all buttons will be disabled, and sometimes you yourself cannot come here also, I think, again to enable. So that much enabled button is always required. Prohibit library is required for production sites. So that's all, cancel it. So now let us talk about syndication subscription. So now if you again go to the left hand side, if you again go to the left hand side, there are two buttons. So under portal content, the second button is syndicators. Click the syndicators one. Yeah. So so syndicator doesn't have any names, anything, no, right? Right. So now click the subscriber button also, similarly, subscribers. Yeah. So you have only subscribe now button, but you don't have syndicate now also. And refresh button is there also. If you want, just go and compare. Click
Yes.
back. Yeah, right. So why is that? Because, yeah, click, double check that one. Click the syndicator. You will see only refresh button.
Yeah.
Why is this happening? So now we have to understand what is a syndicator, what is a subscriber. So a syndicator is somebody who has some content developed by developers, or somewhere on this machine you have some content, and then you are going to push it. Syndicator is a pusher to any number of subscribers. So a subscriber is like a receiver. So syndicator is like a broadcaster. So subscriber is like a radio. So any number of guys can receive, but again that syndicator takes performance, other things also. So that will take network and database. It's a huge, because you are a database fan, Vimlan. This
Yeah.
syndicator has looks like a very simple two things here, but this dramatically affects the database and system overall, CPU, everything will go wrong. And content syndication is directly proportional to directly that JCR database. So is directly proportional to database resources. Why? Because among all these databases of total 6 databases, where content management goes and sit in JCRDB. The JCRDB has a chances, because of this syndication, every day, every 60 seconds, the content that somebody developed or posted on othering server is reaching here continuously, and we don't know, that could be videos, that could be PDFs. So in older days, they used to put all this content, web content, for easy sake of download and all. They used to put in HTTP servers, cache folders in the HTTP server, few videos and all. But nowadays, our websites are running with more PDF downloads, zip file software downloads, and more video downloads. All of the websites are running. So for that reason, for faster access, they have invented a web content management system, where you can put from starting from simple images to videos and PDFs and zip files, software files, all these things in a separate database. And so on separate database, and still you can within the same time the users can able to download. And that's the way you are separating again. In those days, you separated it from presentation and code logic, you separated and kept at server level. Similarly, you have separated all this from your uh, code and put it in a separate database. So you will have some link, and whatever there is a link, and simply you are downloading by using this presentation authorization template, some kind of download or watchable video, that will be directly coming from content management database. So now, for that reasons, they have this JCRDB has this this way of increasing dynamic option. So that is the reason we have to tune, we have to plan, because at the immediate implementation of website, when you give customer the content management enable, yes, I just enabled content management developer, you start working. That time things are different, and after 6 months, the same portal server and same database won't restart, or so many things, portal hunts, these things will happen because of this syndication is a very very complex thing. And there are guys in Singapore and in America who has a special role, IBM suggested role, called webmasters. Webmasters are the highly paid job in Singapore. I worked in Singapore Polytechnic with webmasters. So nobody can understand easily the why a syndication, the after syndication, why the result, the particular portlet won't work on production, why that gives blank page here, why that is same is working in othering. These kind of things, just we have to go and touch the content. We have to go to the portlet, go to the edit share settings, and then there is a path. You just give a space, and you come back to backspace and save it, and then it will work. And sometimes some other things you have to refresh, and it's a webmasters will find and route the request to you as a portal administrator. And we have a lot of other work, so we need a dedicated content management administrators for solving these things. Because without that content, the website will be continuously reporting issues, right? So
Yes.
these are all the topmost roles in Singapore actually, because Singapore, everybody is using in Singapore and America, all websites, everybody is using portal. All Citibank, everybody is using portal. So that's the way we have one added advantage. If we know content management and all, it's a very good chance of understanding these things. So that is how simply we can, for the time being, we can say this is the content management. Yeah, Vimlan. So if you have any doubts, please ask.